MovieWeb.com.
Hey, so before I start talking about the DVD, which I'm really excited to get to check out, I wanted to ask you guys, I know you were on a TV show last year, and you mentioned that you were working on some new films. And I went online, and there's some talk about Up in Smoke 2 and actually an animated film you guys are working on. So right off the bat, I have to ask you about Up in Smoke 2. Is it happening? When's it happening? What's happening with it?
We're just in the middle of revising the script. And it'll be called Avatar 2. No, I like directed by James Cameron. Yeah, it's going to be called directed by James Cameron.
I think they'll make a lot of money. So you guys are working on a script,
Yeah.
And do you know when you might hope to start shooting or get it
Well, I
together?
got a deadline. You know, I'm sort of in charge of the
Sooner or later.
the script. But I got this week.
And it's
And then the script goes to the director. Cheech is going to direct this one.
Oh, great.
And then when he okays it, then we start working on it.
And it's going to be a continuation of the first Up in Smoke and where these characters are.
It'll have all those flavors. It's kind of a surprise. I don't want to give it away yet because I've learned from past experiences that
Don't give it away.
if you blow your wad, you can't take it back. You know.
Well, and then tell me about the animated
Water
project.
in there.
There's no water. Well, what's with the animated project? What's that about?
That's almost 90% finished.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, yeah, it's really good. I'm really excited about that one. It's very funny.
And it's a movie.
And it animates our early record bits and strung them together in a kind of a cool narrative.
Oh, very cool. So it's not exactly for kids.
Well,
No.
yeah, sure.
It's like like Cheech and Chong records. They'll eventually find out what they're laughing at.
Right,
It's for kids that want to get kicked out of school.
Perfect. So let me ask you guys about this DVD. It's from the shows in San Antonio on the tour last year, is that right? So what was it like, after all these years, coming back together and putting the act back together, being on stage and together and doing your act?
Great. It was a lot of fun.
It was so simple that it made you wonder why we didn't do it sooner.
Yeah, exactly.
We always had a knack of making things a little tougher than what they really were, for one reason or another.
Right.
But it was like a concert movie, and we shot it in one night, and we wrote it in one day, and it was so easy, and it was really just us, with our characters, or just some of our characters, just having a good time.
And then the one characters that weren't on the stage show, we put them backstage, kind of commenting on the ones that were on stage.
And that stuff is like cut in with the
Yeah.
DVD? Oh, great.
Yeah, that's very good.
Oh, awesome. And I have to ask you, obviously you guys have had such a big influence on culture and just everything kind of going on right now with, I know, in California, they're going to be voting on legalizing marijuana in November.
It's called the Cheech and Chong law.
It should be. If that's not the unofficial name, it absolutely should be. You can't drive down a street in LA and not see a cannabis shop opening up now. So I was just wondering,
The picture of us inside.
do you guys feel some sort of influence on that?
Absolutely. We hope so. As soon as it gets legal, we're going to be really rich.
We really were the prophets that forecast this day coming. And now
Remember
it's
Tommy
here.
used to say a long time ago, marijuana is bad. It was, well, what if we're right?
And we're right.
Hey, we're right.
That's great. That's great. So you definitely do feel some pride of sort of of it coming around. Yeah.
History's going to look back at this period of our, the George Bush era especially, and just everybody's just going to shake their head. It's going to be like a comedy, a part of our history. When they say, "Hey, play that George Bush years again."
This is like prohibition.
Yeah, can you believe that this magic plant that we use for everything was once illegal? You actually went to jail for doing smoking this plant. Now that everybody smokes it, it's gonna be amazing.
Like prohibition. It's made a whole different ruling class. The cartels are just like Al Capone.
Yeah.
I mean, there is. I mean, it's exactly what you exactly the opposite of what you wanted to happen happened.
And it's exactly the opposite of what the framers of the Constitution wanted to happen.
Yeah.
They framed that Constitution so these kind of prohibition things would not happen. Freedom of religion, the right to the
Free
pursuit of
speech.
happiness.
Free smoking.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Well, you mentioned the Bush administration. I know you had some really tough times with those guys, and just some unfortunate stuff happened. So I was wondering if you could just talk a little bit. And I know that actually both of you were involved with. You did a video for Funny or Die, to, helping promote Obama and for the election stuff. So I was just wondering, what your feelings are about President Obama and the job he's doing, and reflecting back on the Bush administration.
The black guys are cooler.
Yeah. Well, he's a hybrid.
Yeah.
He's better than a black guy. He's a hybrid.
It's a hybrid.
He's a hybrid. In what sense?
Yeah.
It did, right.
Hybrids are economical.
Yeah, hybrids are the best of all worlds.
Yeah.
See, he's a black guy with an education of a white guy,
There you go.
and he's also he's got white blood in him. So he can't really be a hater. He has to be a lover of all men,
And women.
and he is so smart that he astounds me with his brilliance. The way he got the health care bill in. I mean, he made it look like, oh God, is it going to work? And the Republicans are going to stop it? Oh, and he just calmly just ushered it in. And he's a hell of a basketball player. So
Yeah.
I love Obama.
He goes his left though too much.
Well, actually, if you just mentioned basketball, I think of Basketball Jones. And so, looking back on some of those great albums that you guys did, and you guys really, you played with George Harrison. You played with Abil,
Yeah.
What are some of the memories you guys remember about creating those first few albums and the songs that really, and jokes that hold out for you?
Because we'd go into the student improvise. That was the most fun. We didn't have a script. We didn't say these, say these words, and then Tom, you say these words. It was like we came in there with the two characters and the situation, and we wanted to get them from A to B.
We actually came in there with nothing in mind. We'd come in and we'd sit there, look at each other, and then, so what'd you do today? And what did you do yesterday? Okay. Are you hungry? Yeah. Okay, let's go eat. We go eat, then we'd come back, and then one of us would have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then one of us would come out and say, hey, I got an idea. And away we go.
Did the ideas always come from someone going to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Because that pressure was off.
You're good thinking. At least my thinking, creative thinking is always done there. It starts there.
Is there a song or an album or something that really, or a joke that you guys did that really stands out? What do you think sort of is your...
Dave is probably emblematic of who and what we are and how we work.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here. Because it was the very first thing we ever did, put on to rehearse to put on an album, and it was
The last thing.
It was an introduction to another bit. We were supposed to do this other bit. I was supposed to knock on the door. He was supposed to say, "Come in," and we were supposed to do this other bit. And it was just an example of Tommy Chong fucking with me.
No, I didn't mean it on purpose. I had a little tape recorder, and when he knocked on the door, I looked at the door. I took my eyes away from the tape recorder. And when I looked back, the needle wasn't moving, so I wasn't sure if it was recording or not. So I just waited, and I was kind of stunned. What should I do now? Then he knocked again. And then the needle jumped, and I could hear it in his voice. He was a little annoyed because it was hot outside. I was supposed to open the door and let him in when he knocked. And so I said, "Who is it?" And that really threw him because it was like, it's me. It's me, man.
I just made Dave up on the spot. It's like, you're not even supposed to ask, who is it? It's Dave, And then it's like, oh, I can fuck with him. Okay.
And then I got him. When he said Dave, who? He goes, Dave. Then I said, Dave's not here. Oh, I could just see him burning. Cheech was out there. I could just see him in my eye. I'm Dave. And when he said that, I was laughing. The needle's jumping all over, and I'm just laughing like crazy. So then he knocked again. Who is it? Come on, man. And he started begging, come on, man, let me in. It's hot out here.
So it's comedy gold when it's happening just because you're cracking up so much.
I opened the door, and Cheech was mad. He's throwing stuff around. It's hot out there. I could have died, man. And I said, listen. So I played it back. We sat in that room for an hour.
I fucking rolled.
And laughed
We kept
and laughed.
playing it over and
laughed.
over again. We took it up to our producer after that, Lou Adler. We played for him, and he fucking rolled on the ground. It was like, oh, this
Marshall, and we played everybody. And then Lou said, we gotta record it, we gotta get it done. We recorded it in a studio, and that was the only
that
time
night, yeah.
it was the only time we ever worked with Lou in the studio.
Oh, wow.
Only time, one time.
He wasn't even in there that one.
But, oh yeah.
No, he wasn't in that. No, he wasn't. He was in the studio at the time we
With
came.
Blind Melon.
Yeah, and we tried to do the two guys in the car in the studio. We sat next to each other, and there was all these guys in the control room, and we did the bit, and it was like, yeah, that's good. And so he says, well, let's go to the little mix-down room, and that's when we went to the mix-down room, and it was just Tommy and I. And the mix-down room.
Well, I talked to Lou, Lou said to me, because I would be muttering something, the mic's on, and but the way we ad-lib and that, I'm oblivious, I'm in character, and I was a blind guy, and that one thing, and I'm muttering, Lou goes, should I be recording this, Tom? No, it's okay. And that's when we decided, we better save money and just go to a little mixed down room. And then we just have an engineer there, and they just turn on a switch, and we started doing our stuff.
And that was the birth. That was the
Because
birth of it.
you never know when it's going to come. It's like a woman giving birth, and all of a sudden, oh, it's coming. Turn on the.
That's great.
You're mellow.
Yeah.
Feels good, don't it, man?
Yeah.
Hey, what do you got under the hood, man?
Here we go. Hey, pull my finger.
One thumb way up.
I love those guys.